we're gonna start answering our today's topic questions. Today we will be talking about the pluses and negatives of being bilingual. As you know, everything is not always black and white, so being bilingual it's something really good, but maybe it can bring some challenges as well. So it's important to know more about your opinions, your insights, and your experience as well. So let's move on to the question number one. I want to start with you, Julian. Okay. How does being bilingual improve cognitive abilities such as problem solving and multitasking? What do you think about it?
About it, I really don't know enough about this subject, about this question, because I think it's important to collect some kind of data before to learn a second language and after, to see some kind of difference. Because, yeah, I don't know, I learned English, but I don't know if I had some kind of improvement when we are talking about problem solving or multitasking. I really don't know. So, and I never studied before about it to know. So maybe can have, but I think it's more interesting if collect some kind of data to analyze, this this improvement, this difference. Because about me, I don't know if I can tell some kind of improvement,
Hmm.
just that nowadays I can have more option when I talk about learn something new because I can look for search in other language, to study or to
Hmm.
see some kind of content. But talk about problem solving, I don't know, and multitasking.
Okay, got it. So you didn't feel that difference having a second language or not? Maybe for you, your performance at work or at the studies will be the same if you wouldn't speak English nowadays. Is it?
Yes, I think because here the question number one to talk about um cognitive abilities and problem solve and multitasking. About these three, yeah, I
Hmm.
think it don't change, the the way that I used to do these things before, Maybe I need to learn
Hmm.
more English to see this difference, but yeah,
Hmm.
I can't see.
Got it. Thank you so much, Giuliano. Marcelo, what do you think about it?
Yes, I agree. Because, for example, being bilingual improves my memory. For example, it's good for my memory. It's improve my communication. It's very, very, very beautiful. Very improve my very good for my communication. In Portuguese, communication is improve this, and um, yes, I agree for this problem solving. In my case, in my jobs, I'm have this percep perception. No, is good for my memory, and my brain is more writing is better. No, and yes, the brain needs to manage two language systems at the same time. Is good because strengthening cognitive flexibility is a one good ability for my brain. I agree for this.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. I completely agree with that part that you said about communication. As well, for me, it helps me so much for improving my communication skills. And in my personal case, I felt that uh, the way that I solve problems it's faster nowadays. I think that just the fact that I need to memorize something or maybe I have to remember something specifically, I do it rapidly nowadays just because my mind is becoming bilingual. Bilingual. So Yeah, in my case, I feel like that, and as well, I would say that we become like more adaptable individuals with that. We don't have so much problems about changing because I don't know why, scientifically or specifically why, but at least for me, I felt that change in my mind, in my body, in my as a whole. I'm gonna say. So that's my opinion. Diogo, what do you think about it?
I agree with you. I believe that since, for example, last year when I started return come back to practice English more time during the week, for example, I get it to better my mind, for example, my concentration. Sometimes I think that I enhanced my functions cognitive abilities, like to maybe I will be more flexible, but I don't know if the correct answer. I believe that I think about I will getting and I will better in my life in my days, but I don't know if it's possible or not. Maybe multitasking. I believe it because in my professional in my life, I will be always multitasking because I need to work and sometimes now I'm working to practice English to this immersion. Think about my son in your bedroom, play game. It's better. But think about be will be bilingual. I think this my mind is more stronger. I guess because we are practicing, we are learning. It's helping us in our mind. For example, what physical activities help your body too.
Yeah, that's it. I agree. I completely agree with you, Diogo. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. Now let's move on to the next question. I'm gonna start with you, Marcelo. Okay. So, Marcelo, in what ways do you think can bilingualism enhance career opportunities and employability?
Okay, yes, I agree. It's very, very important. No, fluence in more than one language expands uh, job options. No, for example, this time I'm talking in Portuguese, but in the future I'm have a lot of opportunities on the world because I'm talking in English, have this ability. It's very very important. This is my goal. No, I'm think the major cases in the Cambly in the Talking Talk or another platforms. Students have these goals. No, improve English because have this opportunity with one career, international career, no, uh, principal in technology, for example, is very very important for career. It's very for your opportunities and consume content in English is very 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 important too. Também, in my case.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. And as you said, I know that here in Talk and Talk as well, I think 90% of students we're here because we would like to improve English for earning in dollars or euros or having the opportunity to work abroad or something related. So it's something common. I have a question about this one, Marcelo. Have you had one experience, maybe that just the fact that you knew English helped you for maybe taking a right salary or maybe a new job opportunity?
Yes, yes. I'm send I'm receive some contacts in LinkedIn for another uh, persons of another companies, but this time I'm recused this invites interviews because I don't have I'm not security for my English. I'm talking in English, but I'm have another experience for in some other interviews. My English is no so good because some people talk is very faster. Is very different, and my plan is I'm prepare more in the future. I'm send for accept these interviews.
Yeah, that's it. We have to keep going and keep practicing. Thank you so much, Marcelo. Giuliano, how about you? What do you think about professional opportunities or career opportunities regarding bilingualism?
About this question, I think bilingualism can give a big big opportunity to people get new jobs, uh, active international career, like Marcel said, is very important, know English or other kind of language, and to move up, and grow at a company nowadays is very important. Have some, other kind of language, I can't tell it because a lot of seniors or even mid-level need to have need to know English or other kind of language to get this opportunity, So to move up at a company nowadays, it's important to know other kind of language, you know. Even in Brazil, but if you really want to get international opportunity, it's very important. It's more important than other kind of jobs, really know English here or Spanish or the kind of language.
Yeah, that's it. I have another question for you, Giuliano. I know that you are still studying your degree. Do you think that nowadays in IT area it's mandatory to have English?
Uh, I don't think so, but maybe in the future, you know, can be because nowadays I am just looking for internship, jobs, and a lot of them that I saw need to know English, for intern. So imagine for junior, mid-level, senior level, the number of the jobs that ask for English, it's very bigger. It's very so yes, I think it's not mandatory, but it's important to know because if someone know, this will help this person a lot, and the company you will look at this skill.
Thank you so much for sharing, Giuliano. And in my case, I would say that it's so important nowadays, or being bilingual can bring you a lot of new opportunities, could open new doors, a lot of new doors. And as well, I think that your mind opens, like your eyes open in a different way, and you start seeing the life in a different way. I started becoming bilingual in 2016 when I came to Brazil. So my second foreign language was Portuguese. It wasn't English. So at that time, it helped me so much because nowadays I got this job opportunity here in Brazil just because I was able to speak Portuguese. So it's obvious that learning a new language will help you like succeeding on your career. And now that I am trying to learn English, I will see if it will help me as well to maybe achieving my new goals, that it's living abroad. I would like to move to another continent working in an English speaking environment, and as well someday maybe earning in dollars or euros. That is my main goals. That's it. Thank you so. Now, Diogo, go ahead. What do you think about the question number two?
Oh, for me, it's always because when we have another lunch, like two English, for example, because it is I'm here being today, for example, it's when we have or we get the chance to choose our career, to choose better our opportunities. For example, now I was talking about one person in my company living in Saudi Arabia. It was very difficult to understand because my English is not so good too. And the complicated when I have the persons around the world, and we have the problem about the I don't know this word in English. How can I say like to sotaque when I have two problems sometimes with the between different hours here in Brazil and another countries, for example. But if you have getting to communicate, it's a great step because is important. Sometimes for example, I make mistakes to write a mail because the grammar, for example. But when we get to understand one meeting, understand another people, for me it's amazing. It's incredible, and I looking for my colleagues, I look for my industry, insurance market, for example. It's essential for me to grow in my career because we have a lot of markets, in my case, multinational markets, that's necessary to relationship, necessary to communicate about any subject, for example. And in these days, for example, because our region, in my company, this region Brazil, it's Latam. It's incredible because I'm learning English, but now this skill necessary to speak Spanish because now in region all the companies, all the people, we are not talking more in English, talking about in Spanish. It's huge, and it's next to my next step for this year. Start to learn Spanish. I think maybe can be more easier, but I don't know. But when we are looking for career, new opportunities, our or not same industry we are now today, it's important to be multiple, to be bilingual, trilingual, fourlingual. In this word is how much language is better.
Thank you so much, Diogo. And I have a question as well for you. Do you nowadays use English in your current job?
Yes, until I started here at Calcal, I confess, normally I looking for lost this meeting in English, for example, because I have afraid, I feel not confused, but I don't have I didn't have confidence about me. But now I'm entering in calls in like to Teams, for example, in English, or write more mails, write more chat messages, for example, without problems like to in the past. But yes, in this case here, for my next step in my actual company, I need to more advanced English, not fluent or TOEFL or Cambridge language, but it's necessary that I will be getting communication more easier and to understand and to do the people understand me.
Thank you so much, Diogo. It's good to know that at least one person here is using English in his job, because in my case I don't use English in my current job. Indeed, I use more Spanish than Portuguese nowadays.
Hmm.
It's yeah, because there are a lot that I have some most colleagues from Bolivia, Peru, and other countries, and so we speak Spanish most of the time. So let's move to the next question. I'm gonna skip the the third one. So let's move on to the fourth, to question number four. I'm gonna start with you, Giuliano. Okay. Uh, what what are the benefits of bilingualism for brain health and delaying cognitive decline? Do you have any idea or maybe some comments?
Um, about it, I think learn other kind of language help you a lot to have more concentrate, and have a good memory because we are always studying and studying to learn more about the language, about words, grammar. So it help us improve our memory, and maybe it can, you know, uh, allow us don't get some kind of sick like Alzheimer, because we are always studying and improving our brain. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think I just can think about memory and concentrate. I think this both it's very good, and English, you know, help a lot when you talk about it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. And yeah, I think that well, it's proved that being bilingual or knowing more than just one language can help you to prevent those kind of diseases like Alzheimer. I know that there are more of, no more related to it, but I don't know the names. But the most popular one is, I would say, it's Alzheimer. About concentration as well, I think that it helps to make you be a more concentrated person or more focused person, I'm gonna say. And I think that it helps us as well to be, as I already said, more adaptable. When you have to change. For example, if you're working in something that is logical, that you have to move to something that is about math problem. I think that kind of change won't be that difficult for a person who you have that ability, or maybe your brain works quickly than before, in my personal opinion. So that's it. Diogo, what do you think about it?
Um, like I said in the question number one, I don't know about synth, but yes, I believe that our brain stayed more stronger. For example, uh, uh, I, always we are learning, always we are having same skills. For example, we getting to better our cognitive skills. I don't know the correct answer for for this question, but I believe that our brain is to be more stronger. It's more flexible. Our cognitive skills, for example, uh, maybe our recovery, it's recovery and memory is staying more stronger too. Maybe avoid the sex like to Parkinson. Really, I don't know, but the benefits I believe for our brain is more stronger.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Diogo. And Marcelo, go ahead. What do you think about it?
Yes, I agree 100%. Learning anything is good for the brain, uh, be it a language or music, for example. But the language can or learning another thing can delay a cognitive decline and reduce the risk of such Alzheimer, for example. No, as it keeps the brain active and adaptable, adaptable. Uh, uh, um, I don't know this word in English. Ao longo da vida, não? Through life, enfim. Yes, this is my opinion. It's very, very, very important. It's very good. It's very, very good for my mental health because I'm feel better. No, I'm learning something. I'm feel better for this. It's a one lifestyle. No, it's very, very, very good. Good lifestyle. Learning everything.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marcelo. So we already talked about the benefits and the good part of being bilingual. So let's move on to the dark sides because obviously it's not all of the time black and white, and obviously there will be some negatives or the difficult part of being bilingual. So I'm gonna skip the next one and let's go to the sixth one. I'm gonna start with you, Diogo. Okay. What are some difficulties bilingual individuals face when switching between languages? And if you have any experience related to that?
Oh, the, I believe a lot of a lot of difficulties. For example, during my lunch today, I working the teams with the personal in Arabia, Emirados Árabes or Arabia. I don't know now. Uh, Maybe we are talking English, okay, in Teams. And I I was talking with my wife. In the time moment, I respond for you in English, but I talk with my wife in Portuguese. Sometimes it's difficult because imagine our brain to stop think about in English and come back to talk in Portuguese. For me, it's obviously it's more difficult to talk in Portuguese and to stop very faster and start in English. It's my mind sometimes we have the a little delay for this. Uh, but I think it's normal. It's because we are learning, and I believe that in English, for example, we are always learning for the rest of my life because it's impossible to know uh, any vocabulary. For example, we have the principles, but like to hear in Brazil, like to hear in São Paulo, like to hear another words and significations in, for example, Manaus, in another language like to English, it's normal too. But when I am writing, it's more easy. But when I need to talk and to change about the language, for me it's difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure that all of us has funny experiences about this topic, about this specifically about changing from one language to another one. So, thanks so much, Diogo. Marcelo, go ahead. What do you think about it?
Yes, yes. Sometimes in my case, sometimes I'm have momentary memory lapses. Okay, because I'm switching of Portuguese, of English, or in another case, for example, I'm stay here, I'm learning, I'm talking in English, and I don't remember this word, and okay. It's very, very confused sometimes. Sometimes the word is very, very easier, but I don't remember, for example. And another time, okay, oh, this word, this is okay. It's okay. This is one process. No, my brain is learning, and have this process. Sometimes too, I'm have a crazy dreams. For example, in English, and okay, I I stayed up. What is this? No, I'm having one English, one dream in English. Okay, it's my mind is very crazy for this because I have this difficult of switch the language. No, and sometimes I'm tired. No, in the final of day, I'm tired because, for example, I'm have a one hour of immersion here in TalkTalk and have a learning in another platform. In the final of day, I'm tired. My mind is tired for this. But it's okay. This is a process. No, it's normal.
I haven't dreams in English. I have nightmare. Oh,
Yes, but
nightmare.
but sometimes I'm have the question. Okay, I'm have a one dream in English, and I'm speaking correct in English in my dream or no? Or is that one I'm feel my okay advanced English in my dream, but it's true or no? I don't know.
Yes, it's funny. It's very funny. I I I was thinking another day about the process of the learning English, and very funny, and sometimes it's different, but sometimes it's easier because when you are in mesh, for example, today I don't reach the plan. I went to see the plane now, okay, but when I get it to reach the subject, the plan, the question, it's very for me it's easier to think about. My problem is when, for example, when you start one conversation now, and I don't know what they plan, what they subject, what they anything. When you have receive one simple question, my mind sometimes it's lost the understanding, lost the words, lost the vocabulary, for example. And it's difficult when you are talking about your meeting, job meeting, for example, because yes, we have the context, but if we didn't understand the question or the pronunciation with another people, for me it's normal. It's more easier to get complete the conversation, conduce the practices. It's funny.
Mhm.
And sometimes, yes, I have nightmare about this because I think it's paralyzing. Watch. I don't understand.
Thank you guys. And something I wanted to say is that I have to congratulate you because people say that when you have a dream completely in English because you are really acquired the language. So you are already bilingual, I would say. Thank you so much, Marcelo and Diogo and Giuliano. Go ahead. What do you think about the question number six?
The question number six, I think a lot of time is uh I feel a little confused, because the language have a lot of difference, grammar, way to talk. So sometimes when I will talk something in Portuguese, I think about some word in English, or when I am talking English, I think something in Portuguese, it's very common. It's more common than when I'm speaking Portuguese. I think it happened because Portuguese is my mother language, so a lot of times when I'm speaking English, I think about something in Portuguese, but it's sort of different because it's a different grammar, you know, and sometimes a little confused, to talk because even that sometimes we talk in English, we can put you can talk in English, but putting in English something in Portuguese, not talking something in Portuguese, but uh, a way to the the talk, you can put some the structure can be looks like Portuguese, so it's very crazy.
Have you ever faced this kind of a struggle? Have you ever struggled, for example, forgetting or trying to remember some words, even in your mother tongue? For example, for me that happened a lot of time that I was trying to find a word. I was talking about different contexts, and the word was really easy. And even in my mother tongue that was Spanish, I couldn't find the word word in my mind. Have you ever faced that, Juliano?
Um, yes, I think so. Sometimes, for example, I think about one word in English, but I forgot this word in Portuguese. And when it happens, I really like, because sometimes when we are learning a language, we think, oh, this word mean eat in English. So you do this kind of association, But when you think about one word, for example, in English, and you forgot this word in your mother language, but you know the mean in the other language, it means that you are learning the right way, In my, this is what I think.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much, Juliano. I'm gonna continue with you. So let's move to the next one that is as well negatives about being bilingual. So the question number 7 goes like this. Can bilingualism lead to identity confusion or difficulty feeling fully connected to one culture? What do you think about it?
I don't think so. Maybe just if someone is bilingual but live in another country. So it can happen, For example, some Brazilian guy, uh, move to Canada or other kind of country, So maybe this guy can feel a little, you know, far away because, you know, even that he or she can speak the language there, is different because didn't grow there, so don't can't connect with the culture, So I think it's more common for people that live abroad. But I think the just to learn to know some kind of language, I think it's not something that can bring this kind of feel, Just if someone uh living abroad.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Juliano, and I face that in flesh because I moved here to Brazil. But obviously, about the identity, that depends of the person because I know people who moved to to different countries, although they lived for example, in their how can I say in the country that they were born. So they started adopted so hard the part of the culture of the other country, at the point that they start forgetting their identity, and when they come back to their countries, they, for example, about the language, they still, for example, about the accent. I have some friends who moved to Uruguay or to Argentina, and there, the accent, Spanish accent is so different. So they were Bolivians and they lived for 20 or 30 years in Bolivia. They then they moved to Uruguay for just 2 or 3 years, and then came back to Bolivia. They kept speaking like Uruguayans, Argentinians. So in my case, or in my opinion, it's a loss of identity. That doesn't happen with me, obviously. When I go to Bolivia, I still speak as Bolivian with Bolivian accent because that's part of my identity. It's something I don't like. I don't want to lose. But for example, if I have kids and they grow up here in Brazil, maybe they can face that kind of confusion because maybe we will speak Spanish here in house, but then when they go to the school or to the something outside of our context, Bolivian context, the culture will be different. People will speak a different way, and maybe they could feel they could face this kind of confusion about the language, about the culture. That's my opinion. And Marcelo, what do you think about it? You're muted. I cannot hear you.
It's the classic. I imagine this could happen for another. Some people may feel out of place or have a divided identity. No, specifically if they have grown up between different cultures. For example, in your case, for another person, no, is I'm thinking this is very is common because it's a language different and culture very different for another country, and I have this this sensational the divided your identify. I'm imagining, for example, I'm changed for in Brazil. In Brazil, I'm living in Rio de Janeiro. I moved to São Paulo. Okay, it's very different. No, Rio de Janeiro is more relaxed, more tranquil. In São Paulo is very different. It's confused, very a lot of traffic. Uh, it's another reality, and I'm feel divided this this case, now I'm changed for another city. I'm changed for coastal area is another culture, another person is very different. It's very common. uh I'm think this, uh especially if you change for another country is very different. No.
Yeah, imagine for those who move to another place, you feel that in your own country, just moving from one state to another. Imagine for those who move to another place, completely different. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard. Diogo, what do you think about it?
I imagine it that yes, because like you, Christian, telling us about you are a Bolivian man arrived here in Brazil. We have very difference between our cultures. Or like to Marcelo said, Rio de Janeiro, it's a biggest state of Brazil. It's different comparing São Paulo, for example, or you talk about, for example, like to any difference between São Paulo capital and another biggest city of interior states like to Campinas. My wife was born in Campinas, for example, working here a long time ago. But it's we have a lot of difference between life traffic. It's for me it's the principal because here in São Paulo it's incredible. I don't have words to describe this 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 terrible. But when I talking about bilingual and to identify confusion or feelings, full connect about one another culture, I believe yes. I don't imagine, for example, living in another country for a long time ago, for example, because I'm a person that have the I don't know how to express me in English, but I will trust. Um, uh, uh, sorry, me. Uh, I have roots for São Paulo. I have roots for Zona Norte. I have roots for Santana, my neighborhood, you know. But but for me, it's it's me. I have I will be different for to connect another culture. You know, for me, and I believe that we are many people that can be suffering about this because it's Christian telling us better. It's different, and when I talk in another language, English, okay, because it's a universal language, you know. But same Spanish for us, like to speak in Portuguese, it's very difficult. Very different. We have many difference between Portuguese and Spanish. You know, it's complicated.
Thank you so much, Diogo. I really appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much, guys. We don't have more time for continuing our today's questions. I wanted to talk about the 10th one because there is something I wanted to point that is about the misconception about or bias against bilingual individuals in certain societies. Something that I realized here, not just here, I think overall in general, not just here in Brazil as well in Bolivia, is that people who speak English or a second language well, I think that they start creating a feeling that they are superior. I don't know why. I think that is a second language. It can be Spanish, French, English. It's like another skill. It's something that we have to keep in mind because here in the school where my wife works, there are some English teachers who feel like superior, like they feel that they are smarter than others just because they speak English. And I think, but it's their work. They studied for that. It's like another skill. So it's something only something really cool speaking another language. But we don't need to. I think that we have to stay humble. I think I said we because all here we are bilinguals, and it's something that and in my personal case, learning a new language is open for everybody. Everybody can do it. You just need to find the right way for you. And that's it. I'm gonna finish our today's topic with that. Let's go to. I would like to know from you how was the conversation? How was your experience briefly about this immersion? So, Marcelo, go ahead. How was it for you? And if you learned something in this immersion?
No, it's very, very good because it's one good subject. No, I'm surprised for this subject. It's very different for me, and it's very, very, very friendly and I like this immersion. No, it's good for me because improve my listen and improve my English, my conversation. I like for this and thank you for this immersion. I like this subject.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. And Diogo, how was it for you?
Amazing as always. I like to stay here only Fridays. Uh, And the topic is good. Like I said earlier, I didn't know about what is this today because I don't have uh, time for clerks. Normally, I will schedule our immersions that hours I possible to do. And it's a very good topic. It's important to think about bilingual. It's for our growth in our development. It's great. It's very fun.
Thanks so much, Diogo, for being here as every single Friday, 2 p.m. with me. And finally, the last but not the least, Juliano, go ahead. How was the immersion for you, and if you learned something new in this reunion?
This subject was very good. I never talk about it before in Talk Talk, so I really like this subject because it's important to think about benefits, you know, pros and cons, things like that.
Thanks so much, Juliano, and thank you so much, guys. I hope to see you in my next immersion, and I wish you a wonderful weekend, a wonderful rest of the day. See you later, guys. Have a good weekend.